and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. I am Sean Jackson, the WWA World Heavyweight Champion. Not only am I the WWA World Heavyweight Champion, but I am also the ACW Heavyweight Champion based out of Sin City Wrestling, and I'm also ranked number 3 in Wrestling UTA, which is the United Toughness Alliance. I am the only person in the United Toughness Alliance that can actually state that he's got victories over the current world champion in Abdul bin Hussein and the former world champion in Dr. Emo. Now then, I will get into the topic of discussing UTA in a few moments. Right now, I want to discuss something that I saw yesterday from a very good, close, personal friend, that being the crippler, Matt McLean. Matt McLean is currently one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions with Dare Logan, both of which are members of the Mid-South Syndicate along with me. Matt, I get it. I get it more so than anyone else on the face of the planet outside of Dare. I get it. You are one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions with aspirations at becoming the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Matt, I get it. We traveled the road together for a long time, even before the Mid-South Syndicate. You have the same dreams and aspirations that I had prior to October of 2012, and that was to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Matt, again, I get it. I get the reason why that you're still in the NWA. I get it. You want to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. You want to take the title away from Hard Rock Dave Steele, that corporate born second-rate hack that probably doesn't even deserve to be the world champion in NWA. Again, I get it. Matt, Night of Champions is over. The match has happened. It's done. The whole pay-per-view is done. But no one can talk about it. No one can view it until the middle part of April, which means that you're not going to have another match until sometime in April. Why? Why would you want to do that to yourself? Matt, do you realize that the moment that I left the NWA, I've been wrestling competitively in WWA, most notably Pacific West Wrestling and in World Class Championship Wrestling. I've been wrestling actively in Sin City. I've been wrestling actively in the United Toughness Alliance. Matt, I have been honing my trade. I have been perfecting my trade. All the while, you have been sitting dormant, not being able to defend the NWA World Tag Team titles. Matt, how bad is the NWA right now? Night of Champions, the #1 contender, Kurt Chavez, no shows, no promos, no segments, no interviews, nothing to promote the match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Are you kidding me? Matt, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. There is a big world out there that has completely left the NWA behind. I'm talking about the WWA. I'm talking about Sin City. I'm talking about the United Toughness Alliance. Matt, there are a ton of places where you can go, where you and Derek can go to actually defend those world tag team titles against quality competition. Look at what I've been doing. I've been running rampant in Sin City, in UTA, and in Will Tochi's WWA. Yes, Will Tochi's WWA. Say what you want about him, but Matt, it's 10 times better than one wrestling match and then poof, nothing for weeks on end. Nothing. Is that how you want your legacy to be remembered? Defending your championships against second and third rate hack competition? Almost a month in between matches? Is that really how you want your legacy to be remembered? Or do you want the Mid-South Syndicate to be remembered as one of the most dominating forces on the face of the planet? Can you imagine what the real NWA World Heavyweight Champion, that being me, Matt, me, remember me? Remember what Brad Bettee did? I know you have to remember. I know you have to remember what caused all of this to begin with. The whole Spectre, T.S. Jeremiah Woods. I know you remember. We've discussed this, Matt. You, me, Dare, we all discussed this. Can you imagine what the Mid-South Syndicate could do in the WWA? Do you know what we could do in Sin City? Do you know what we could do in the United Toughness Alliance? Matt, we could be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Because we already know I'm never going back to the NWA. It'll never happen. And I will never bring the real NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt back to the NWA. Brad Bettee is not worth, he doesn't deserve to have the lineage of that championship belt in his hand. And as long as I'm alive, as long as I'm active, and as long as I'm breathing air, Brad Bettee and the NWA will never have the real NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. It just won't happen. Now then, that part of my rant is over, and I'm hoping that Matt McLean and Dare Logan, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, will follow suit. Now then, Jonathan Talon from the Pacific West Wrestling, most notably the WWA. You're a hell of a talent. You gave me your best shot. You stood toe to toe with the world champion, and I commend you for it. But Talon, before you start getting the big head, just remember, it was only a house show. If that would have been a pay-per-view, you wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. Again, you're a great talent. You're a champion in your own right. But don't think for 1 second that what occurred at that house show means anything. Yes, you didn't lose, but you didn't win either. You just remember that. Drake Green in Sin City Wrestling. Drake, in just a couple of days at Blaze of Glory 3, I get to right a wrong from exactly 1 year ago. And that was when you defeated me for the Empire State Championship. That's when an individual came down and cracked me in the back of the head with a beer bottle, allowing you to walk out of the ring with my championship belt. It allowed you to foil a plan of mine. It was set. It was all right there for the taking. Me defeating you and retaining the Empire State Championship, and then goading Spectre to come out and defend the BACW heavyweight title. It was all right there, and I almost had it in my grasp. I did beat Spectre for the BACW heavyweight title. I did beat him. But you ruined the opportunity of me combining both of those championships together and shooting myself straight to the top and an even quicker route to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And that is something that I'm not going to forget anytime soon. Which brings me to Blaze of Glory 3. Drake, now it is me. It's my turn. I'm the one that is seeking to turn your life upside down. That ACW World Heavyweight Championship belt, I know you want it, and you want it with a passion. I know what the ACW Heavyweight Championship belt means to you. I know what it means. Because ACW in Sin City used to be in the NWA. So I know what it means. And I know what it does to you every time that I step out doing an interview or an in-ring segment or doing a wrestling match and I've got that belt in my possession. I know what it does to you. I know it drives you crazy. Well, after Blaze of Glory, Drake is going to continue to drive you crazy. But not that it's going to hurt you too much, because once I drive the high knee into the back of your skull and I crack it open like an egg, you won't be feeling much of anything. There's a reason why it's called Lights Out, game called Due to Darkness. And believe me, Drake, you will know exactly what it means. Now, the United Toughness Alliance. Madman, it's been quite a battle on Twitter. I know you're upset. I know you're a little perturbed. I know you're just a little pissed off that you did not beat Abdul bin Hussein for the UTA World Heavyweight Championship. Well, Madman, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why you didn't win. It's because you're just not good enough. You're not even 200 pounds, Madman. Stick with the light heavyweight. Stick with the cruiserweight. Stick with something that you can do best. Leave the hard stuff to me. I've already beaten Abdul bin Hussein. I've already beaten Dr. Emo, who is now in retirement, unable to wrestle again because of me. from what I gather, there's going to be a triple threat match involving you, me, and the UTA World Heavyweight Champion Abdul bin Hussein. Well, Madman, I already know what I can do. I already know that I can beat the bastard from Basra. I've already proven it. Even though Abdul bin Hussein will not admit it, he knows he's scared. He knows he's petrified. He knows that the object coming in the rearview mirror is the mental rapist, Sean Jackson. And he knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is absolutely nothing, and I do mean nothing, that he can do to stop me from becoming the next UTA World Heavyweight Champion. So in closing, I just want to make one last statement towards someone in the NWA, and that being that third-rate hack owner, Brad Bettee. Brad, how proud you must be that your own world heavyweight pretender in Dave Steele couldn't even bring enough of Kurt Chavez to even try to promote the match that occurred last night at Night of Champions. You see, Brad, you won't even be able to televise that event until sometime in April, which means that you're going to ground to a halt once again everything NWA related. Meanwhile, me, the current NWA, the real current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the current WWA World Heavyweight Champion, and the current ACW World Heavyweight Champion will continue to do what he does best. Brad, are you still kicking yourself in the ass for trying to strip me of the title? I just had to know.